right, you are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I'm about to get 3 days Boyle time. The whole family's going to Chennai. I was meant to go, but I'm still fucking struggling with this rib thing or whatever the fuck it is. I can still barely breathe. I went in and got some 2D heart scan. My heart's fine. I got an x-ray of my ribs. My ribs are fine, so it's some sort of fucking muscle tear in my rib cage or something like that. But it's not getting better quick, and my fucking sleep is horrible at the moment. And because I can't fucking breathe properly, my energy is just like zero. It's fucking annoying, that's what it is. So we were going to drive to Chennai, and I just didn't have it in me for the drive. Plus, I've got this fucking show to write as well, which is going to be on in about 10 days now. I've got to do some gigs over the weekend. I was meant to do a gig last night, fucking cancelled. So I decided not to go to Chennai. Now I can just party for 3 days by myself. My lungs feel like I've had a massive fucking night on the darts, like crushed 2 packets the night before and woken up the next day and gone, fuck, can you smoke yourself some emphysema in one night? Then you convince yourself you can't and go have a dart. That's what it feels like. It's so fucking uncomfortable. Fucking speaking of darts, New Zealand is fucking banning tobacco. I think the plan is by 2027, there's going to be no tobacco sales in New Zealand. There's going to be some fucking angry Maoris around because I was looking at the stats. I think it's like 11% of Kiwis over the age of 15 smoke cigarettes every day. And when you look at just Maoris, apparently 29% of Maoris smoke darts every day. They're saying it's for the kids, for the next generation. They don't want anyone smoking in the next generation. I predict it's going to have the exact opposite effect. Tobacco will just go underground. It will get cheaper. If it's cool to smoke now, which it is, nothing is cooler than smoking a dart from the ages of like 17 to 27. You've got a 10-year window where it's fucking cool. Before and after that, it starts looking a little bit dodgy. We saw a kid the other day, like he must have been like 9 years old, and he was chowing down this dart, and it just looked weird. It looks weird when a 9-year-old's smoking a ciggy. So too young, it's not cool, and then when you get into your 30s, when you're smoking a dart, it actually makes you look older. Like darts age you physically, but I mean like in your 30s when you've got a dart hanging out of your mouth, you start looking a little bit older. You're half bald, you've got some wrinkles, you're a little bit chubby. You don't need the dart. But then again, it starts getting cool again when you get to your like 70s and 80s. My nana smoked right up until the end and I was like, fuck, she's cool. What a fucking renegade. So if it's cool now and cigarettes are legal, wait till they're fucking illegal and see how fucking cool they are then. In 2030, all you'll need to do is spark a duz to get a blowy. Plus, you would think once tobacco goes underground, once it's a black market commodity, it's going to get cheaper because the only reason it's so expensive right now is because of the fucking taxes. Like 45, 50 Australian dollars for a pack of 20 cigarettes. That's fucking insane. So you would think on the black market without all the taxes and all that bullshit, a pack of 20 would end up being about $10 to $20, something like that. A nice, affordable price for the youngsters. Smoking darts is bad for you though. I used to have some hesitation in saying that. Despite all the scientific evidence and all the people who have died, I was a little bit of the attitude of like, how bad can they be? But they're bad. They're definitely bad. Every one of my guys that I listen to, my trusted fucking team of scientists, doctors, health experts, and gurus pretty much unanimously say that smoking darts is the single worst thing you can do for your health and the single best thing you can do for your image. So I don't know what they're going to end up doing in New Zealand. People are going to have to start opening up the tea bags, rolling it up and smoking some fucking herbal tea. They're going to have to make weed illegal then. And I think weed is worse for kids than fucking smoking darts. So many people I grew up with have serious fucking mental health issues from smoking weed too young. One of my old mates, He's been in and out of the fucking mental hospitals for the last 15, 20 years. From smoking weed. Happened to my brother as well. And at least fucking 10 other people I know. Just from fucking smoking weed. And smoking weed's fine. I've got nothing against smoking weed at all. For older people, it's fine. Once your brain is fully developed. But I don't think it's fucking too good for young kids to be smashing bongs 24/7 as their mind's developing. I have seen no beneficial results from that. But anyway, this old friend of mine, he's on Facebook. He's always on Facebook, but he never fucking posts pictures of himself. This guy, when we were 13, 14, 15, 16, he had a granny flat out the back of his house. His parents didn't care. He always had a shitload of weed. He was a massive bong head, and he could rip the biggest cones. So every day, people would be in his little fucking granny flat pulling bongs. And he would be pulling huge bongs all day, every day. And you could see his slow descent into madness. It wasn't even that slow. He never made it out of the granny flat. He went straight from granny flat to hospital, and he's been in and out of hospital forever. But he posted a picture of his face. Today it was. And boy, he does not look good. The years have not been fucking kind. But that's legit. I could name 12 dudes just off the top of my head right now that got completely fucked up mental health issues from smoking too much weed too early. So if I had a choice for my son to smoke darts or weed, I would say, listen, just smash the darts up until you're 20, 22. You'll look cool. You won't fuck your mind up. Your body will be able to bounce back from that. Let your mind develop. And then in your 20s, smoke as much fucking weed as you want. But get off the darts too. But anyway, where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm sure the Kiwis will figure it out. That'll do for tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, share it around with your friends. And I'll see you the fuck later.